but I want to start at a later date. So if you put down your deposit today, because Pace Private actually starts at lunch today, I do a full orientation and set you up to win. And so the program starts at lunch today. So if you jump in and you put your deposit down and you put your second deposit down on October 9th, so 500 now, 500 on October 9th, then you will lock in the bonuses. Yes, you can start later, but no later than January, which means your monthlies will start in January if that's like a deciding factor for you. Obviously, I would like you to start ASAP so that we can move you forward, get you through the online show, and get you into the money, because the money is after the online show. Okay, but if that's like a thing that is like, then yes, I'm happy to meet you halfway on that. And then the last couple questions are, if you're in network marketing, is this a good fit? Yes, we have lots of people in network marketing. And, Sasha, who's in the Coach's Corner, she has a network marketing oils business. I think it's Young Living. And she built her email list, and then she did a webinar. And from the webinar, she signed up. It was either 24 or 27 new reps inside of a week. So yes, you could definitely do it. If you're in real estate, yes, that's where I built the model from. So the answer is just yes. Trust yourself, trust me. Yes, the answer is yes on that. And then if you're a newbie, I'm not clear on my message, my business, I've never done anything like this before, I feel you. I was there once too, and we need to get you past that moment. So 40% of the people who do Pace Private don't have a business and don't know what to do. So it's actually a good place to start from, quite frankly, because you have no bad habits, and I can create all your good habits from here. So it's good. I don't have to fight a lot. And I think that's it. I'd like to go home and talk to my husband. Well, let's just kick that off right there. Okay, so we talked about that. So what is that if I have to go home and talk to my husband? It's trust issues. It's trust issues. And it's still an issue, right? It's trust issues, and it's still an issue. So, at the end of the day with that, I'll get into that a little bit more, but at the end of the day to that, there's probably a reason why you don't trust yourself. And there's probably a reason why you need to check in with somebody, because my husband doesn't need me to check in with him on what I'm going to do. Last year, we were at something called Pathfinders with our church, and you donate to the marketplace, and you set a vision, and you donate to the marketplace. And the number I put down, my husband actually had to leave the room. Like, he looked at me, and it was like, first of all, he was starting high burst, so it was like, really? Like, I'm sure there was a bit of that going on. Like, he didn't say that to me because we have an agreement. We don't get in the way of each other, and we don't guilt each other, right? But I'm sure there was a little bit of that, like, I'm his wife, and I'm going to give the church, like, all of this money, and his company could really use that money. You get what I'm saying? You hear me? So, again, he didn't say that to me, but I could feel it, and I could understand it. And I have my commitments to tithing. And so, he got up and he left the room. He was like, I can't even watch this. And he got up and he left. And he came back, composed, his analytical composed, and stood beside me as my husband. But at the end of the day, my husband doesn't need me to check in with him about what I do, and it is our money. You know what I mean? Like, what I do affects him. So, yeah, you get that? What you do in your spouse relationship affects the other person, no doubt. But there's a very big difference between setting a standard where you complete what you start, you keep your word to yourself. If you're in the process of hitting a goal and it didn't get hit on a deadline, you recommit to that goal again and you just do it. So part of the thing we always talk about inside of our programs is we always hit our numbers. We always hit our numbers. And no matter what, that means that if we fall short, we recommit to that goal again. And then we do it again, whatever that looks like, on a webinar, an event, anything. Like time off, like we just keep our word to those things. And every time we do that, our confidence grows. Every time your confidence grows and every time your reputation grows, then what happens is people stop having as much control over you. Does that make sense? What? Amen. And hallelujah. I love it. Okay, cool. Okay, so I want to share something with you, and then I want to get into sales, and I'm going to have you guys jump back to the mic so I can do some laser coaching on this. But before you jump to the mic, I want you to think about something that you really want to do. Think about something you really want to do inside your business. And think about why that's important to you. A why connected to it gives it strength. When we teach sales training, we teach you to ask this question. What is it that you want right now? If I'm standing in front of you, Renee, and I say to you, and we're having a sales conversation or enrollment conversation, I get to the point. You know, I don't need a big backstory or anything. It's like, what do you really want? It's like, what do you really want? Freedom. You want freedom. Why? Love, connection. But see, that's not specific enough. You want to be a Shanda in a man's version. All of that's awesome, but I don't know what part of me. So see how I don't have an engine? I don't know. The why is the engine. It's the decision maker. The why is the decision maker. And so whenever you're having a conversation where you're looking at someone in front of you, hopefully you're looking through the lens of generosity where it's not about, like, I'm going to get. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm going to walk in here and get. Like, I have my vision for how many of you I want to jump into Pace Private and Pace 360. I wish everybody would just do Pace 360, right? I have my vision on that. But if I walk in with, you're a dollar symbol, you're a dollar symbol, now it changes the whole generosity. Like, I'll give, but I'm going to give to a certain level versus give 100%. The truth is that offer yesterday was horrible. That offer yesterday was the worst offer I've ever given in my entire life. I didn't have a clicker. That broke the tension. Then when that clicker happened, I lost track of where I was. I practiced that offer over and over and over again. I was completely connected, pro. I didn't teach pro and amateur here, but I taught in the Facebook group. I was completely on pro. And I know many of you jumped in, a ton of you. In fact, how many of you guys are in Pace, Pace Private? Stand up for a second. Just stand up for a second. List power, leadership, right? That's a lot of people. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. And there's a lot of people that couldn't get out of their own way because that wasn't perfect. They needed me to show up completely on point, and that wasn't perfect. Do you hear what I'm saying? And so when you're working with people, you have to know what is it that they want and why, very specifically. And if you know that why is the engine for their decisions. Because when you want to make a difference for someone, and it's not just about you, it's about them. That's why you're in business. The Go-Giver talks about the number of people you actually serve is how you're compensated. So you have to serve them. There's no way around this. It doesn't mean how many people you sold, because sold doesn't mean served. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's what happens after you put down your credit card that makes the big difference. That's when things start to compound as you're making a big difference. That's how movements start to happen. Even when I tweak a program that, let's say, could work better, like Pace used to be, you would meet with a coach for, I think it was 12 a year. So it was like you could have up to 12 15-minute coaching sessions. Well, then I had a bunch of driven people who were like, I need to make the money now. I can't wait 90 days to get through the online show. So now you don't have to. You see what I'm saying? So, but when I tweaked that, how did I tweak that? But the audience told me. I'm not brilliant. Like somebody will say, oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, it sounds brilliant now because now I have, like, I can see the breakdown and I can say it. So now when I say to my friends, oh, Pace Private is delivered like this, and they meet with a coach every 10 to 14 days so they can't fall off track, they're like, oh, that's really great. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I didn't come up with that. You came up with that. My clients came up with that. Make sense? Yeah. So, but I know their why. And their why was that, you know, even though we did everything to not allow people to hide, people would say, like, I thought you were going to come chase me and Pace. One of our promises to you is that you can't hide and we'll chase you. But if I call you or the coach calls you 10 times and you don't return the call, and then I'm not kidding you, that person will come to us and say, Pace failed me. And I'm like, but I can see because we have a system that tracks how many times we've called you, text messaged you. So I know. I got data on you. I can track you, right? So it's like, you can't say that because we can say this, right? And so that's how, like, those pieces, how we keep tweaking and getting better, and Pace is like 7 years old. So imagine if I wouldn't have started because I was trying to get it all right, or I was trying to make it perfect. So the way that you're fighting that inside of people, you're fighting that. It's like, how many people would love, if I completely gave my services away for free, would love me to coach them? Raise your hand. Right? Just be honest. Just honestly, like, let's see. Okay, great. So, you know, so that means that I haven't gotten through your wall. Because your wall isn't money. That's value. You're going to tell me you don't value yourself? But when you break it down like this, right, this is what you're dealing with. Do you hear what I'm saying? But we don't see it like that. We see it like the bank account doesn't say that. Trust me, I don't want you to be fighting with your bank account, and I totally get that the bank account can absolutely look completely empty. I get that. But I show you how to create money. So here's the plan, sir. I show you how to create money. I mean, what more? You're dealing with that. You're dealing with that, with your services in your field. Because guess what? The common denominator is we're all dealing with human beings. We're all dealing with human beings. And we are so much alike. And I have the same thing. When there's something up for me that's like big, like I'm about to buy an office building, I am scared shitless to buy an office building. That's the truth. I mean, it feels really legit. You know what I mean? I'm like, and the little part of me, many entrepreneurs want freedom, a little part of me feels like, oh, I feel like I might lose a little bit of my freedom. If I'm being honest underneath there. But if I live there, the building never happens. Never happens. And if the building doesn't happen, the company doesn't scale. If the company doesn't scale, more people don't get helped. Which means that more people struggle because I've got the plan. And I've got the generous heart, and I've got the willingness to go wherever I need to go to help you. And I don't know anybody else more generous. I just don't. I am completely committed to my peers becoming more generous. That's why when Pete got up there, he said, my life has changed because she's challenged me. Are you going to ask me a question? No? What?
I know what I want to do.
You know what you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
I want to write a book.
You want to write a book? About what?
Getting adopted, and I was adopted, and about facing your fear so there's no more suicide.
Come here. I want to help you write a book. I want to help you write a book. Okay, is Rob around? Okay. Are you her mom? No? You just came up all by yourself? Oh, okay. So see that woman right back there? This is Jamie. And Jamie is our kid coach. She coaches people like you in our company. Okay, so Jamie, can you make sure that we introduce her to Rob and tell Rob to call me, and we're going to figure out a way that she can write a book? Okay? We're going to help you write a book. Okay? Give me 5. Okay, we're going to help her write a book. Awesome. Whew. Miracles happen when you trust yourself enough to get to the mic. Truly.
That's for sure.
All right, I want to hear your objection. Like, what are you trying to create? You know, you're not in PACE. Did you want to be in PACE?
Yes and no. But I actually want to do leadership, and I'm going to do leadership.
Okay, so did you invest in leadership then?
We're doing it.
Oh, it's your daughter. Oh,
Dustin.
okay,
My
yeah,
whole
yeah,
family.
great.
Yeah.
So then, what objection am I handling?
What objection are you handling? Well, there's the money piece, and just for
You've
me.
you've seen your brother,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Who?
He's amazing.
Yeah, and your
We were-
brother's life would look very different if we wouldn't have stepped in.
Yeah. So I think my fear, or the thing that's been getting in the way, is fear, because I'm saving lives every day.
Mm-hmm.
I cure chronic illness.
Mm-hmm.
I help people with sexual trauma. And like, I cure chronic illness. I can do that. And yet I'm afraid to just.
You're in your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I had $45 in my account 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My
I get it.
house is a mess. I'm just like, what is going on? There's something
In the way.
blocking me.
Yeah. Well, what's blocking you is trust,
Trust.
right?
Faith.
So you don't trust yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously you trust what you do.
I do.
So
Completely.
there's only ever two. You either don't trust yourself or you don't trust what you do. There's a breakdown somewhere. Clearly, she trusts herself. Correct? She trusts what she does, correct? Right? She believes that she can do this because she's doing it, but you don't trust yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you trust leadership?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what could you do to create the money?
Well, interesting thing is I have someone that has chronic illness that has a lot of money. I haven't made an offer yet, but they're like in for months. They want to work with me.
Okay, so
And I could.
I'm just going to recommend that you just on the break, you go pick up the phone and you go make the offer and ask for a $2,000 down payment.
Okay.
And you could tell this person the vision. Yeah, like, don't cry.
No, I
But
know.
but tell them,
that's
just
my
hold on, just
problem
tell.
Every time I'm so fired up, I cry
listen,
every
no,
time
no,
I
there's
talk.
nothing. That's not my point.
I know.
My point is, I want you to hold authority when you have a conversation.
Okay.
And say, okay, I know you've been wanting to work with me for months now, and I now have an opening.
Mm-hmm.
And so, ask them, like, why do you really want, you bring it back up. Like, what do you really want, and why, like, what do you really want to achieve specifically, and why is that important to you, which I know you already know, but let him or her know.
Yeah.
So he or is a girl or man?
Woman.
A woman, so that she can repeat that back to you, so that she's actually connected to her vision and her drive.
She's there.
I get it.
Yeah.
But just do that.
Yeah, okay.
Just
Okay.
I've seen many people walk away that have that conversation like they're there because they don't set it up right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got to be a pro, not an amateur.
Right.
Pros set it up right.
Right.
Okay? And then say, okay, so the way that we get started is $2,000 now down, and then go over to the back table and sign up for leadership or get on hardcoreleadership.com.
Okay.
Okay? Awesome. Go. You don't have a money problem, you guys. You don't have a money problem. Okay, so do you care if I talk about Dustin for a second? Okay, so Dustin is a client of mine. You want to talk about generosity. He's a client of mine. He is an Elon Musk. I see him. He is an Elon Musk. I tell him this all the time. I've been telling him for, I don't know, half a year to do leadership. I'm like, I can't get him any further. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm like, you are an Elon Musk. The world will be completely missing something that I know he has. And so even though I keep telling him, he doesn't trust himself. There's a theme going on in your family. And I can say that. I know her very well. And so I finally walked up to Dustin and I said, I'm just paying for leadership for you. Go into leadership. And thank God that happened because his marriage would have been on the line. And he didn't even know that because he was completely blind to how he was operating. He's now having conversations with his wife that he's opening up space that he never even knew how to open up. And now he's opening it up. You get what I'm saying? This is why Pace 360 is an addiction for me, to partner it with business. And he's getting out his own way with sales, which is fantastic. Congratulations to your family, because you guys are transforming. You're beautiful.
Thank you. Beauty sees beauty.
That's true.
My name is Shazia Imam, and now I've lost what the question is.
Uh-oh. Well, I just want to know, what do you really, really want inside your business?
Inside my business, I have a really huge vision for women. I'm taking a stand for women who have lost their voice, have lost their light. I could go on and on, so I will
But
be
what
laser.
do you really want?
I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel like what I was created to be in my unique way, that I am using every last bit of it to
What
make
would
a difference.
fulfilled look like to you?
Fulfilled would look like family.
What do you mean?
Having more kids. My son passed away 10 years ago,
Sorry.
and my marriage ended. And I'm in a new marriage with a wonderful man, a beautiful little stepdaughter who's 5.5,
And you want more babies?
I just came to that realization this morning. Thank you. Yeah. I
That's
did.
amazing. I love that. Okay, so why is that important to you?
For kids?
Yeah, like how's your business going to support that, and why is that important to you?
I don't know that I need the business to support that.
Okay, so then go back to what do you want in your business?
For my business, it's about stepping into my power. I feel like I'm this powerful woman who's been playing small.
If you did that, what would it look like? What would you generate?
A lot of money.
What does a lot of money look like?
Oh, multi-millions,
Okay, great.
for sure. And
Why do you need multi-millions?
Because, why not?
No, not strong enough. I've got nowhere to go with her because it's not locked. Do you get
Well,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
already a millionaire, a self-made millionaire, so
So, but in order for me to help walk you through whatever door,
yeah.
there's a reason why you're standing at the mic right now.
Yes.
And so for me to walk you through a door, you have to be willing to get intimate with me right now. Forget that anybody's in this room right now, or you can go pay me $50,000 to coach you, or I could do it right now. Okay, so what do you want to create in your business?
Power. Power, that's the word that always comes up.
Okay, what does power look like? How do I measure that? How do I
Okay.
know that I got you to power?
Okay. I want to be up on stages speaking to women. I am the coach that the most powerful women come to because I help them step even more greatly into their power. And I'm talking about you, Hillary, Kim, Oprah, like all the women that we know and that we don't know. they get to go even more powerfully into what they're doing, because if powerful women are even more powerful, the world will change. It's women who will change the world.
Okay, great. But so that's awesome. I love that. But why is that important for your life?
I feel like I was created in a certain way to just be out there to do it.
So what she's doing right now is skating. And by the way, you're probably doing it because we're in front of a room.
Okay.
Because I take you as the type of woman, especially someone who's dealing with having women step into their power. Vulnerability is power. The fact that I let you all know that that offer completely got sidelined, that's vulnerability. Nobody has my power. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's something you're not willing to tell me right now that has your power. And
Can you help? Like, I get told this a lot, and I actually really struggle because this is me at vulnerable now. You should have seen me before. I was like a closed off, like perfect.
yeah.
And I want to be vulnerable. I want to be authentic,
I get it.
transparent.
So I'm going to recommend that you do leadership.
I just came out of ALA.
Okay, so then go do my practice level.
What's your practice level?
Talk to them back there.
Okay.
Go talk to Trisha. Trisha, raise your hand. Go talk to her about our practice level.
Okay.
Okay? Because it's designed in a way to open that shit up.
Gosh, there's still more?
Go back there. It never ends. Go back there and
Okay.
talk to Trisha. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great. So she's obviously an awesome woman and super powerful, but I'm not able to get in. Now, I would be a lot more direct with her on a phone call and talking to her, but based on where she's letting me go, I don't want to go there because I don't want to open her up because there's something that she doesn't want to show. You get what I'm saying? So that was honoring her. You willing?
Yep.
Let's
ready.
go. Tell me what you want.
My name is Megan.
Why are you at this event, Megan?
I'm here to transform my business in the next 4 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
what would it look like if it was already transformed? Where would we be standing?
Yeah. I would be speaking more in front of women. I would be traveling around the world giving in-person trainings.
Great.
I work in a beautiful crossover between nutrition and mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I give my best coaching.
Don't
in
tell
the
me what
kitchen.
you're doing, just get in there.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you want? I want to grow a call center. And why that's important to me is because not only can we now start reaching millions of people, but not that aspect, but the company will grow massively financially. And the reason why I want to become a billionaire is because I want to be an influencer at the highest level. Because I know I'm the most generous. And if I can top grade that down, this way of being down, we will transform the world because leaders do something with this education. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I have a very strong why to that, and that goes even deeper. But at least now I know why I want to do something so I can get myself up to do the hard things. So when you're having a conversation with someone for your services, you need to know, like what do you want from me? So if I could give you something, what do you want from me?
I want to create a massive income in my business. So I
What
can
would
give
massive
back
income look
to
like?
Millions.
Okay, stay out of like the save the world moment and let's get into saving your world. Okay? So what does that look like for you? If I could coach you on one thing right now and get you the next result, what is the most important result?
Now, urgency.
Okay, but what is the most important result we can get? So you and I are going to go do a VIP day together, and we're going to spend a day together. Where are we going? You know what I mean? Like, what do we need to create right now? You guys all know, don't you? If you're going to spend a day with me, do you know what the hell we would be doing? Like, what you want?
Yeah.
Yes? Right? What do you want?
Oh, much better. Thank you. What do I want?
What do you want from me? What do you want me to coach you on?
Yeah, I want to be coaching more women now.
Okay.
I'm not coaching enough.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So what would more women look like?
How many are you talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a target to hit, because I
Yeah.
might be able to give you some coaching to hit that
20.
target. Okay, 20 people.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would 20 people, if you loved it, it would equate to how much money?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to start at 90,000
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So then why is that important to you?
because I want to give back.
Okay, but that's about changing the world,
Got it.
which is an important piece.
Yeah.
But I need to change your world before that world gets touched.
Why
You're,
is it important to me? Because I want to give back to myself. I'm constantly
Okay.
bleeding out to others.
okay, tell me more about that.
I am in the process of healing a scarcity mindset that I've had for 10 years.
And if you don't heal it, what's going to happen?
I won't move forward. I'll stay exactly where I'm at.
Yeah, and she's starting to tear up. Because that's a shitty place to live, isn't it?
So sick of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to keep taking you deeper. But here's what I can tell you. Do you have an email list?
Small. 164.
Okay, so if you really want a movement like that to happen, you need it.
Of course.
You need to be able to build an email list, because if you can do an online show and build an email list, then that vision, those tiers that you have right now, will not be here next year. Okay,
Exactly.
you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I could go into a full-blown sales conversation with her right now. I'm not going to do that because it might take about 15 minutes. Do you get what I'm saying? But I have enough information on her right now that I could walk her across the line. But the question really becomes, will you trust yourself? Or will you trust me? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I met somebody that actually signed up for Pace Private, and she was here last year, and she didn't jump in. And I asked her when I took a picture with her on the stage, she said, I finally did it. And I asked her, what happened in the last year? And she said, absolutely nothing. It was horrible. I'm not saying your year is going to be horrible because I don't have a crystal ball. But what I can tell you is I would look out, and if you keep doing things the way you're doing them right now, where is your life going to be in 2 years from now?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll change.
So, I don't know. We'll see. It starts at lunch.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank
It's
you.
up to you. So, a couple things that I want you guys to hear, okay? So, I'm not closing people at the mic. I could go there. And there has been events that I've felt that the room needs it, and I've gone there. You hear what I'm saying? I will go wherever I need to go. I'm just trying to give you some context that so many people are trying to make offers. So many people are trying to make offers, and they're making offers from this, like, woo-woo land of, like, guessing. And unless you know where somebody wants to go and why they're even talking to you in the first place, and if you don't write this down, if you don't have that connection, then don't go into an offer. See, I know why you're all here. You want to build a business, and 9 out of 10 of you want financial freedom because somehow you think that's going to give you a better life, and it does. But I know why you're here. I know what you want. Each and every single one of you guys has an even deeper reason why. Some of you guys haven't gotten intimate with yourself to actually go all the way down to that and allow that to bubble up. But when you're talking to somebody, whether it's around health, fitness, finances, retirement, chronic illness, you know, these are just some of the things I've heard in the room. Real estate. You know, I fucking love my oceanfront home. That was a dream when I had $500 in my pocket. My real estate agent who helped me find it was a dream come true because it was a house that was decrepit and disgusting, and we literally tore it all down and built this insane house, and I did not have that vision. But my real estate agent was strong enough to have that vision. My husband tried to make it a slum yard. That's a whole nother story. But my point is if I didn't have a strong real estate agent, then we might have missed that opportunity. Are you hearing how important sales is?
Yes.
It's so critically important for you to get good at this. But if, like, I'm so focused on getting you, then the problem with that is I'm not listening to you. And so many, it's like a man taking a woman out on a date, And like he doesn't date her enough and he's trying to bet her. Any woman been with that type of guy, gone on a date, where it's like all of a sudden, like it's like he's trying to, you know, move you into his house or your house and let's have sex and move forward. And it's like we haven't even dated. I don't even know who you are. I mean, so many of you are actually doing that inside of your offers. Or coming to events like this, and every chance you get, you're pushing yourself on people. You know who you are, and there's nothing wrong with you. I'm trying to give you context to how you actually do it. You have to get to know people. You have to generously listen to people. You have to generously ask questions. And when you do that, you can actually see how can you help people. Make sense? I'm just going to take one more. So if you guys jump down, go for it.
Thank you. My name's Rachel.
Pays private.
Pays private. And I have to say that I started in August, and only working on my show, my actual business, my classes have doubled in size, and I actually haven't done anything to make that happen. So that's just product of making a commitment.
Very cool.
I really feel that.
Yeah, she probably
I
said
really
that
feel
for all of you
that.
guys who did jump in. Just remember that. Okay? Awesome.
So what I really want is to stop hearing women say that they're afraid to give birth. I really want women to say, I'm excited and I'm curious and I'm deeply committed to this life
Why is that
I'm
important?
creating. It's important because it's like a bumper sticker I'm about to say. You know, peace on earth starts with birth.
Yeah.
And if we can, if babies can come into the world, you know, with a huge sense of consciousness and...
See, but right now
yeah.
you're talking from here
Yeah,
versus from here.
yeah.
And until you can lead your energy in a way that you can drop people down, so your tone does that. So if I change my tone, I can get connected to you, and I can
Yeah.
literally say, okay, you're talking from your head.
Yeah.
I need you to, and if I'm on the phone, I can say the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. I need you to talk from your heart. So how much money do you have to make in order to build out this business so that you can help take care of that conversation?
I've been doing this business for 15 years, and I probably make about 170 now.
Yeah.
Between the classes, the programs, the audios, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I nail it when I'm on, you know, in
Okay,
front of
but
a
now
class and all that.
you're still in your head. So what do you need to make in order to grow this company out? Because you're going to need to hire some people.
Yeah.
You're going to need to keep growing your lead gen.
Yeah.
At some point, probably very quickly, we're going to want to have somebody else do your online show for you, right? That will be edifying you. So there's going to be a stream of influencers that are going to be interviewed by your company. Your email list and your traffic's going to grow, but then we're also going to bring you into Facebook traffic to scale, right? So you don't want to be doing all of that. So you're going to be hiring people to help you do that so you can continue to have a life while you do it.
Yes.
So how big do you want to get?
I want to be big. Alexis, she goes big. I want to go big.
Yeah.
And there's a really good reason that I want to go big.
Why?
Is I want to be able to affect the whole system of birth, because the providers are often creating the problems that they're trying to prevent, and they don't understand how they're doing that, and I understand how they're doing that.
Okay.
And
So
I
there's a whole
also-
movement of
there's
people
a
like
huge-
you right now,
yes.
like,
Yeah.
which is crazy. It's so cool. You guys
Yeah.
need to be working together more. You should be
Yes.
putting all of them on your show because it's not competition.
So
it's
come
literally-
find me.
Seriously, for sure. Okay, so what do you need?
What do I need?
What's even getting in the way of you playing bigger?
I am scared to offend people. I never ever want a woman to feel that she failed in birth.
Yeah.
And I know how sensitive women are. And
Okay,
then
so
there's one other big thing.
Yeah.
Is that in Yes to Birth, which is my company, I'm the only one who hasn't had a baby. And I'm 45, and I really want to have a baby. And part of the freedom is, you know, being able to, you know, I come from a family where everything
It's okay.
was arguing
Just
about
stay in
money.
that. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Thank you. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
keep coaching you from up here, okay?
Okay, you want me to
So-
stay here or sit down?
It's up to you, however you want to do that. So what's really happening for her right now is she's leading from a place of fear versus generosity. You get that? She's leading from a place of fear versus generosity. And so no matter how much you love what you do, that's going to come out. It's going to come out in your sales conversations. It's going to come out in your lead gen. It's going to come out everywhere. You can absolutely love what you do and monetize it. But the scenario is that you have to lead from this other. Do you see how this other place is what makes it work? Can you guys see that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Generosity. So I know you're generous, but we have these different levels of generosity. I talked about them last night, right? You're generous to others. It sounds like you're generous to God because you've got your bigger legacy, which is a freaking blessing. But the generosity to herself, she's getting caught up in fear because she doesn't want to ever offend. That's in scarcity. If your focus is on that place, and you guys know who you are, if your focus is on that place, then you can't do your work. Do you hear that? Yes? Do you hear that, Anahita? You hear that, right? It's like if your focus is on, I don't want to offend, I don't want to be pushy, I don't want to turn somebody off, and I'm just bringing in other variations of it. I don't have the money, I don't whatever, then you're off your drive, you're off your purpose. Which means that everything you do in between to push this purpose forward has a freaking weight attached to it. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm saying? It has a weight attached to it. Which means it's really hard to get momentum if you have a weight attached to it. You hear me? Just say yes if you hear me.
Yes.
Are you ready to give that up?
Yes.
Okay, so write this down. If you can get out of my face. Thanks. I really want you to land this with you. Write this down. So honest. I'm like, I love the video, but I need the space. At the end of the day, so I talked to you about money is value, time, the way you get through, so money is value, so you just add the packaging. Doesn't matter the price, but add the packaging, and the price can be whatever it is. You're either going to learn how to sell at $2 or $200 or $2,000 or $2 million. It doesn't matter. You're going to take the same journey to the conversion. So what journey to the conversion do you want to take? Hear me? Okay, so money is value. Time is intimacy. The way you get through that is take the pressure off people, which when people are trying to sell, they often add pressure, which just repels people who have a time issue. And many people have a time issue, especially in this day and age because we're spending so much time wasting it. Hear me? So, but at the end of the day, guess what the number one thing is? Say it. Yeah, it's trust. You either don't trust that God has a bigger plan for you, or you don't trust that the amount of effort and work you put into something is actually going to be repaid by the universe from you, meaning that how much effort you put in, you'll actually get back. Or you don't trust me, and I've been leading you through this whole event, or you don't trust yourself. Or you don't trust yourself. At the heart of generosity, at the heart of giving, can you see how you have to trust? I can teach you how to make money. I've been giving you the plan. I can teach you how to market. I can teach you every tactic that a business coach like me can teach you to get to the final destination of success. But at the end of the day, you have to be generous enough to trust yourself. And so this is the last opportunity to join Pace Private, because we start at lunch. And so my question to you is, do you trust yourself? Or will you trust me and my team to carry you to the finish line? We're going to take a 30-minute break, and if you have a question, I'll be at the back of the room. Hey.
This is an announcement for Hilda Kalama. If you are near and around, please come to the resource table. That is Hilda Kalama. Can you please come to the resource table?